We are here in Leavenworth, Washington, and this is such a just random piece out of history. It's an old Bavarian village that they really built up kind of into a touristy Bavarian village. It's fun in the winter because they do have a lot of German markets, but everything else here is very German. There's a lot of stuff, and it's just a fun kind of tourist place to come spend a weekend. So we're going to spend a couple days here, and I'm going to show you kind of what's here and what you can see. So if you stay a little bit further away, it is $40 for this parking lot. It's super close and it's nice and there's plenty of parking, but 40 bucks. Park mobile. All right, so something to know, $40 for the whole day for parking, and this is like off season, so who knows if it's more expensive.
Ends at 10 p.m.
Ends at 10 p.m. So if you're making the if you're looking at the difference between a hotel that's a little bit cheaper but further away, just factor in that $40 a day for parking. Not many Ubers here either. Ah, Civic Center.
Little Mermaid.
Where do they get all the water in?
I am not dignifying that with a laugh.
That's where we went to dinner last night. This is nice. It's all pedestrian from here on in. Yield Starbucks with a car. You know, it's pedestrian free. That's okay. Leavenworth, Washington is in an area originally established by the Wenatchi and Yakama indigenous tribes and is located near where Icicle Creek and the Wenatchee River meet. The area was first settled by non-natives in the late 19th century, and the Great Northern Railway purchased land in the area in 1892. All right, we're going to try the chicken and waffles, see what happens. Coffee and waffles. Chicken and waffles. It's funny, the whole point is the coffee. So delicious waffles. We stopped at what is it, Coffee and Waffles, and just for coffee, Leavenworth Coffee and Waffles, because we needed coffee, but it was delicious. We had waffles, we had bacon. Highly recommend. The other thing I highly recommend is if you're gonna come here, a huge part of it is food, so don't eat too much all at once. So we're doing little snacks. We're gonna eat every couple hours. That's my goal. Icicle at some point. That's our big goal today. So don't eat a huge meal because then you won't be able to eat again for like 5 hours. And part of the point of this place is eating all the foods. Leavenworth was established in 1893 and had nearly 1,000 residents that same year, plus 40 different businesses, with the major industry being timber. Nice. Yes, true. Hey! Oh, wow. Can you go down to like an 8? Ocean House. Well, we did a sit-down coffee, and now we're doing a walking around coffee because why not? We're not addicted, promise. But. In 1925, the railroad relocated to nearby Wenatchee, and this greatly affected the Leavenworth economy, and the population began to decline as lumber mills closed. It wasn't until 1962 that a committee was formed to investigate how best to improve the economy of Leavenworth. The committee came up with an idea to create a Bavarian and Swiss Alpine theme and used the Danish-themed town of Solvang, California as their guide. Numerous investors began renovations and even new construction that same year, and in 1970 they held their first themed festival. All right, we're here in Waterfront Park. This is right in town. It was like 2 feet away from kind of the main strip here, and it is just a beautiful piece of land here. I don't know where we're headed. I feel like we're going to the most remote place because that's what Eric likes to do. But definitely if you want to get away from people, because there's a lot of people in Leavenworth, this is a really great way to do it. Wow. Oh, see? Scuba diver. That's weird.
I was,
See scuba diver?
weird.
One nice thing about Leavenworth is there are plenty of public restrooms everywhere. Well, we got to Leavenworth, or we got to downtown at about 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's about 1 o'clock now. We're going to go back, maybe change. We're going to go drive around, see the mountains and everything. And the parking was ridiculous. Like, there was people stalking us for our parking spot. And we paid them $40 for parking, so it's kind of crazy. So we're going to go back tonight, but we don't know if there's going to be parking tonight. So we'll kind of show you that. But this is kind of ridiculous and kind of... it was a little tough. We'll see what happens when we go back, because if we don't get to park in the same lot, then that $40 is like pointless because we're gonna have to pay that again, which is no fun. Okay, so we spent the morning down at downtown Leavenworth. And now we're gonna go see these beautiful mountains that are surrounding us. Just kind of drive around, see what we can find. And then tonight we're gonna go back for dinner because I have yet to get schnitzel, and that is my only goal on this trip. So we're gonna go back down there tonight, but for now we're gonna go see some of the surrounding nature. All right, we came out to the mountain coaster, and you have to have reservations. We weren't necessarily going to do it. We were just driving by, but they're sold out till like 6 o'clock tonight. It's what, like 2 o'clock right now? So just know, if you want to do the mountain coaster,
Sign a waiver.
you have to sign a waiver, but you also have to actually have reservations in advance to do it. Looks like right now it's about $20 for one ride, $36 for 2 rides. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, we find this area. Hopefully we're gonna turn around now and go back. I knew it. Going on a hike. Stupid dumb hike. Very pretty out here though.
Yeah.
All right, back to the parking drama. We came back at 7 o'clock at night, and there's actually plenty of parking again, so we didn't even have to worry about it. So it's really just midday. I thought people would be here for dinner, but maybe people just come for day trips, and that's why during the day at like 2, it was so ridiculously crazy here. But 7 o'clock, there's not that many people, so it's not bad.
It was 1 o'clock is when we left.
It's 1 o'clock. Oh, one. I thought it was 2. Oh, it was 1 o'clock.
We got here at 10. We left
Okay, it was
at
1 o'clock when we left.
By
Look, there's like spots in the really close lot that we already paid for, so not bad. We are here at the Moonshine House in Leavenworth, and it is a really cool place. It's a beer garden, but they also have food here as well. They do not have schnitzel, which is kind of what we're on the search for, so we decided just to get one sausage and split it, and then we got a beer also. But it has a cool beer garden. There is a line. I'm going to show you what that line looks like, but you don't actually have to stand in the line if you're not ordering food. So if you are just coming here for beer, you can go right in, order your beer right inside. So I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like, and check out this place while you are in Leavenworth.
oh, upstairs.
Also, there's no food line now, mostly. Is that the ice cream?
Yeah.
Jeez. Ice cream. Line. Huh. All right, we are at the end of sort of day one because we got here last night. We did have dinner here in Leavenworth, Washington, but totally worth it. We just found some schnitzel at the Bavarian house. It was a bear with a beer. That's hard to say. And did some other stuff today. We went sort of on a hike. We drove up to the mountains. Eric went on a run. We had a ton of time to do a bunch of stuff here because this town is just not very big. It's a small little, I think it was like 0.75 miles long at the longest end. So you can go shopping, you can eat a lot of food, you can drink some beer, you can do some other stuff. It's a really good place to just come visit. Definitely don't need more than like a day or two, really, because there's just not as much here, but it's such a cool place and definitely worth a visit. Good morning. So we are done with Leavenworth. Actually, it was such a cool experience, but you really don't need more than a couple days. I think if you're here for Oktoberfest, it's probably a better opportunity to be here for more than a few days, but really it's just that strip of stuff. So what we're going to do this morning before we head home is head up to Lake Wenatchee because it's only about 25 miles away, and this is just a beautiful drive. So we'll show you what it's like when we get up there and why it might be worth seeing if you're in Leavenworth. Well, this was a little difficult. We took Google's advice, which took us to a bunch of private property. We couldn't see the lake. Then we went to the north entrance of the park and we couldn't see the lake. And now we're at the south entrance and we can see the lake. So we're going to show you Lake Wenatchee. Thoughts on Lake Wenatchee? First of all, south entrance is the key. Google yourself to the south entrance of Lake Wenatchee. Beautiful. I don't even have words, really. There's a bunch of camping here. There was a bathroom with a shower, so that's exciting. But just the lake itself, like, you don't even have to come up in here and camp. It's just, the lake was just beautiful. I assume there's hikes up here. There was a place you can rent horses, which seems weird to say, but you can horseback ride up here, and I assume that you have to probably rent your campsite in advance because there was a ton of people up here and it probably sells out, and there's a lot of people up here. So if you're trying to get it into nature, it's not exactly that. But Lake Wenatchee, definitely worth, if you're in Leavenworth, definitely worth just coming up and making the drive. It was like 30 minutes, seeing the lake, and you can head back down to Leavenworth. Okay, so somebody told me I had to come to this town of Kashmir, and so we're doing it on our way out. There is a thing called applets and cotlets. Don't exactly know what it is. Apparently it's some candy, but they're very, very proud of it. So we're gonna go check it out.